In this video, I'm going to show you the essentials you need to create a strategy execution process, one that works for any framework, any strategy, any industry, and it'll work whether your teams are on site, all digital, or hybrid. By the end of the video, you'll know exactly what it takes in a strategy execution process to have it actually make sense to everyone so they can stay aligned and focused, solving problems, making continual progress, because that's what's going to let you hit your numbers faster and more profitably. I'm Scott Levy. I'm CEO and founder of ResultMaps. I've personally seen these principles work for creating strategy execution processes in environments ranging from the Fortune 100 to the Inc. 5000, from startups to scale-ups to family businesses that have been around for generations. These aren't just theoretical ideas. These are the actual principles that work. So let's dive in. You need a single source of truth you can use so that as you're building the tiny wins that get you toward the successful execution of your strategy, you can see that progress and get a sense of how it's going. But that has to be in one place. We need to make sure that our strategy connects back to our vision for the company. We need to give people a sense of the future we're trying to create and why that's important. Now, if you need help on that, we've got some free downloads. Subscribe to this channel, and I'll put a link to our email list in the comments so you can grab those resources. But it's less important that you use any specific way of creating a vision. You've just got to have one so that your strategy tells a story of how you're getting to that future, that destination. You want to make sure that you've taken some time to connect your strategy to fundamentals you can measure. Because as my friend, Dr. Rebecca Humke says, strategy is really the story of how you're going to create value, with value being the gap you create between what you're able to sell and your cost for delivering what you're able to sell. And that's the value you create for your company so that you can continue to serve your customers. So connecting your strategy to that fundamental is really powerful and it's really essential. That brings us to the idea of your vision and your strategy coming together through a scoreboard. That scoreboard is really critical. And because you've got a single source of truth, you're going to be able to connect everyone. So it's really clear what the health indicators are, what the sales numbers are, what the costs are, and any other metrics that show you whether you're making progress on your strategy. 3 priorities. Don't give people a list of 50 things. And it's totally okay if you're fitting a list of results that you need into those 3 priorities. But those 3 priorities should be all encompassing of everything else you're doing. Because anything longer than 3 and you don't have priorities anymore, you have a list. And a strategy is really a tool to help you choose where you say no so that you can move forward on the right things. That's really what a strategy is there for. It helps us keep from getting distracted on the things that aren't going to advance us. That's the whole point of a strategy. You want to make sure that your strategy execution process is on everyone's calendar every week. What works again and again and again is to have a meeting same day, same time, same way of connecting, whether it's physical, virtual, or a combination of both, where you're checking in on execution of that strategy. Commit to it on the calendar. And so much of what gets in the way of strategy execution will have a chance to come up so you can address it and move on. The next essential will give your strategy execution process real rocket fuel, real energy and momentum in a way that is hard to put into words. This is having a practice of communicating in context and concisely progress that's being made every day. And you do this by answering 3 simple questions. They are, what progress did I make today? Did I have any wins? Did I have any learnings? Usually you can frame that progress as wins. The second question is, what's the one thing I'm going to work on next? What do I think is most important to do next? And make sure that that's called out where everyone can see it. And the third thing is anything stuck? Do I need help on anything? Is something outside of my control? Have these things in, again, single source of truth in one place where everyone can see them. It's hard to put into words how this accelerates teams. It scares so many people to death because they view it as a form of micromanagement. It's really just a form of communication. You don't need to put so much detail in there. Someone's looking over your shoulder. But you do need to let everybody know we're all working in the same direction. And the benefits of this just eclipse all the concerns about it. It takes 90 seconds a day, 7.5 minutes per week. So there you have it. The essential things you need in strategy execution processes. If you have these in place, it's going to allow you to do all the nuanced things that vary from industry to industry and strategy to strategy, because you'll have a process in place for checking in on the things you're doing and refining them. You know, it's very unlikely that things are going to work out exactly as you planned. So having a process like this where you can adjust course, you can see how things are going, you can solve problems together through the workshop practice we talked about, it is going to set you up for success and give you a fantastic strategy execution process such that your teams become strategy execution machines. So if this video was helpful, please, please, please smash that like button. It means the world to myself and my team. And be sure to subscribe to our channel using the subscribe button below so you get notified whenever we put out more videos like this. If this topic is interesting to you, sign up for our email list and even subscribe to our software so you get help doing the things that we talk about in these videos.